This is Undead Pets, Return of the Hungry Hamster by Sam Hay. Chapter 1. Joe spotted the battered old Jeep as soon as he turned into a street that Saturday afternoon. Splattered with mud, its paint was peeling, its number plate was hanging off, and its roof rack groaned with trunks and boxes. Joe grinned. It could only belong to one person, Uncle Charlie. A wave of excitement swept over him, and he ran the rest of the way home. "Joe, is that you?" Mum called, as he slammed the front door. "We've got a visitor." Joe raced into the living room, not bothering to take off his trainers, which were still muddy from playing football in the park, and there was Uncle Charlie, lounging on the sofa, sipping a cup of extra strong black coffee. "Joe," he beamed, "how are you, my boy?" He stood up and gave Joe a bear hug. "You've grown. You're nearly as tall as me." That wasn't strictly true. Uncle Charlie still towered over Joe. As always, his great-uncle was wearing an old khaki safari suit and his grey hair slicked back. And even though he was pretty ancient, if he counted wrinkles the same way as tree rings, he'd be about the same age as a great oak. His eyes sparkled with energy. "Uncle Charlie's just back from Egypt," said Mum. "Look what you brought me." She held up a beautifully carved wooden camel. "Cool," said Joe. Joe thought his Uncle Charlie was amazing. He was an archaeologist and spent most of his time aboard, digging up old relics. Usually they wouldn't hear anything from Uncle Charlie for months. Then suddenly he turned up on their doorstep with tales of lost cities and secret temples and treasure. "So, what was Egypt like?" asked Joe. "Hot, very hot, and fascinating too." Uncle Charlie replied, "We found a lost pyramid buried underground. Imagine that, Joe. A 3,000-year-old tomb containing lavishly decorated sarcophagi, golden statues, a chariot as big as a bus." "Mummies?"
Yalla, stop.